Hello everybody, it's Justin. Alright, let's go ahead and get this party started. Alright. Whoops. And that's what I want, and that's what I want, and here's where I am. Because I'm going to need this thing right here. Shazam. Okay, I'm also now on the Watch Me Work Network. That is on that's on Instagram. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this thing out. Okay. All right. Okay, stand by just a second. Oh, all right. Need to put this on airplane mode as well. All right. Hopefully everyone can hear me. It's been an issue before. I don't know what caused it, so that's why I'm always kind of like, can you hear me? Okay, welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Justin Fox, or Jurston, or Jerkston. My mom would call me a jerk when I was a kid, because I was a jerk, so she would call me Jerkston. Oh my gosh. I like how my mom would always expect me to be, it's like, Justin, you need to be more serious. It's kind of like, Mom, have we talked to you? Because you are redonkulous. Anyway. Alright. Okay, so, since you've been gone, that's right, I'm singing that song, and it's in your head for the rest of the day. There he is! There he is! It's the other side of Veil Break, the Dream Team, Dream Core, Virix, David, Mother Clanuckin, McKee. Woo! Yeah. Can you hear me, by the way? We'll make sure my audio is alright. Because sometimes it's not. Okay. Okay, homie. But you can hear me though, right? That's the main thing I'm looking at right now. He's probably like, I answered his question like five minutes ago. All you're doing is lagging over here. Okay, good. Alright, let me go ahead and share what I did from yesterday. And we'll go ahead and get started what we need to be doing today. So I made the inside of Grandmama's house. So we'll go ahead. It's not, and none of these are going to be final. But it's at least me doing enough to, you know, refine the process and everything. So we'll go ahead and go and start right here. All right. So then, this is the hood where Grandmama lives. Quaint place. All Alright, and go inside. And here's the interior. Wait, I'm stuck. There we go. Have to position that person a little bit differently, don't I? Anyway. So this is Grandmama's house. It's furnished very well. Alright, there's Grandmama fixing herself up some foods. I had to position her a little bit differently because now she's kind of going off somewhere in a weird way. Alright. That's what we did last time, or that's not what we did. What I did yesterday. Hey baby, can you put some clothes on? No, Grandmama, I do what I want. I'm grown. I'm an adult. The fudge you think you are? Just because you had a hand in spawning me means I gotta do what you tell me to do? Cause you're wrong. Shoot. They forgot about me. Okay, they forgot about Dre. Okay, anyway. So then, that's what I did last from yesterday. So now I'm working on the upper class neighborhood. And we'll get to some testing with that here before too long. And then after that, all we gotta do is make the last background, which is pastors inside of this house right here. And then after that, we'll be good to throw. And I can start working on like the last little bits of characters, which is, you know, the store clerk attendant, the grandmama, and the pastor. And then after that, we'll be wrapped up in terms of the character graphics and things like that. And if push comes to shove, I can just go ahead, if I need to make another character, I can go ahead and just kind of swap out some parts and make another character. So I have enough at this point in time to where I can begin to kind of swap some body parts out in Photoshop and make different characters like that way. So, this is wanting you guys to be aware of that. Super excited about it though. So I have so I've set this for maybe several months in a row now, but I do want to get done with this by the end of the month. Not because really, and for real, I've always wanted to finish a project that was important, or do something important, like a big project, on my second birthday. My second birthday is the day that I came to Jesus. And I have always wanted to do or accomplish something big on that day. So I'm going to really go for it in terms of that, and yeah, I'm really gonna go for it this time around. So, and thankfully, I've gotten with some people recently where I have really benefited from their presence, and I've learned about team building and things like that, you know. And some's coming from the Christian game developers group. Some has come from my personal business and things like that. So I'm just thankful for that, because now I can actually do things like have a functioning schedule versus just having a whatever schedule that I had before, because that dog was not hunting like at all. so I'm just really thankful about that, and I'm just excited about that, because now I can actually do things like work on this game more than like once a week. So, because that was like the only time that I had even available to me working on that stuff was like once a week. But once they looked at my schedule and figured that stuff out and said, hey, you're doing this stupid and this stupid and this stupid, then when I looked at it again, I was like, oh my gosh, I have 6 more hours in my day that aren't even scheduled in. So I have all this time to go do this stuff with now. So I'm like, oh, awesome. So really excited about that, guys. Like, super excited about it. All right. Anyway, having a little bit of a difficulty right here where I am needing to move all this aside, and I've kind of locked myself in here in some ways. Next time I'm going to do individual buildings, because this is whack. So I guess what I need to do is, which is going to be a pain, is go back over and make these buildings a different length or whatever, because that's not gonna work. Because I needed to be a driveway right here, and I made like a little itty bitty little narrow thing, and that's not gonna work. I erred. hate it when I waste time. Alright, so let's go ahead and stop crying and get it over with. Alright. So all I really need is just this. And I just need this. And I need to move this. Oops, that's the wrong texture. Need to move this over here some. And I also need to delete this. There's like 87 layers on top of this thing, dude. BBL. Be back later. Okay, cool. I'm such an old man. What does that mean? Is that something for the hip hop kids to do? Is that a hip hop group, BBL? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I can shorten this up a little bit, and then we'll have a better functioning roof. That, and I guess we will. That doesn't really mean too much, I don't think. Oh, yeah, it does. One like that. And what the flippity floppity floop is that about? I think, yeah, this texture right here has gotten in the way of this. Yeah. All right. Oops. What? Where are you? How do I get rid of you? Oh, I know. We good. Ice cold. There we go. Okay. So I have successfully moved that around. And this will be fine where it is. Yeah. I believe that'll be alright. I believe. Well, this needs to be pushed up a little bit further, and then we'll be good. Then we'll be comfortable. Alright. You know, I need to add someone else to my content creation stuff because, I don't know, I feel as though I'm getting tired of my own voice. I don't know. I have to think about that and pray about that. Alright. And I'm starting to get hungry again, which happens every single time I do this thing, even though I just ate not like 2 minutes, not but 30 minutes ago. There we go. Alright, that'll do. Okay. What's going on, homie? Alright then, homie. You go ahead and eat. Marion boys need their nutrition. Alright. That's cool. Not as cool as I am, though. Yes. Alright. I guess I can do this house right here, and yeah, it'll be alright. Okay. So that means I need to do another side of roads, and let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, we'll make it black or African American. Yeah, that should be alright. Okay. Okay. Huh? I don't understand why it stopped right there. Is there something blocking it? What the Cinnamon Toast Crunch is going on here? Yeah, I don't understand that crap at all. Yeah, I don't understand what just happened. No, it didn't even go all the way up. What's going on with that? Cody Meister? That's every time you work on your game or what? Not every time, Cody. I was doing that for a while, only because my schedule was so jacked up that I couldn't really do anything else, but I am going to work on it as much as I can during this month because I really want to get it out at the end of the month. So I do one stream per week. That's a little more manageable because I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to mentally handle it any more than that because I'm doing way too much anyway. Like, way too much anyway. Someone was saying the other day that a lot of people are amazed that that this person doesn't have a regular 9 to 5. And they're amazed that they stay as busy as they do. He's like, no, you surpass me by far, and I was like, that's not a great thing. I don't think so. But yeah, that's to answer your question. That's a long way to answer your question. Then no, I won't be doing streaming every day or every time that I work on it. Just every day, or every week on Wednesdays around this time. So 6 o'clock is when I do that. Yeah. Because Cody, man, I need to chill. I need to find my chill button sometimes. Actually, I'm making a video about, I'm making actually a full series about how artists can kind of, not be insane. Because I personally think we need a little bit of help with that. That's just my personal feelings about that. But, yeah, I really wanted to help my artistic brethren out because there's a lot of little things that we do that is not good for us, and it just causes unnecessary suffering. So I'm just trying to do a video series to where it can kind of help out with that. So. But anyway. All right. I need to do something while this grass. No weed jokes. This is not Portland, Oregon. Oh, shots fired. That's fine. I thought it was so funny that I saw all the signs and when we went to Oregon. I saw the signs. They're like, "Hey, we do weed." Like, it was just funny to me. I don't know why it was so funny to me, but it was. It's like, we're high right now. I'm like, all right, let's go. I've never did do that because I was too cheap. I was too cheap to smoke anything. I was like, no, it's going to become a habit, and I'm too cheap for that right now. So at that point in time, I wasn't trying to spend no money on nothing, especially nothing extra. Especially when I was in college, too, because, the weed man is like knocking in it's like waiting in your hallway if you have a dorm and like in your bushes if you live in your parents' house. It's like, you sure you don't want to buy any weed? That's what we do in college. I was like, no. So, yeah, dude, it is a sad and funny thing. About the weed and about the art stuff. That's what you're referring to. referring to. Oh, I made a weed joke. I'm sorry. I'm not endorsing marijuana. Mostly because I do think that it doesn't do great things to your overall productivity. It's kind of like, and I don't know. I didn't want to be dependent on anything. I didn't want to be dependent on a substance, especially one that was illegal. Whether you feel about it or not, it's still illegal. I didn't want to be dependent on a substance that was illegal. That I just didn't want to do that. I want to be able to do what I need to do on my own in terms of my own strength and understanding and my own mental capacity and things like that. I didn't want to have to depend on, man, I can't create until I'm high. Like, that's whack. That's whack. That's whack. I think it's cool when you can just do these things soberly. As a matter of fact, the Bible talks about that too. It talks about in 1 Corinthians 12 how the biggest difference between people speaking in tongues in terms of how Christians would do it and how the pagans would do it is that we did our stuff sober. So a lot of times the pagans would, smoke that ooh wee, and then they'd be able to speak in tongues or whatever, to be under the influence of a spirit. But Christians, that's why he was talking about being sober-minded. But Christians, we speak in tongues in the gifts of the Spirit by actually being sober, which is why they accuse the people in Acts for being high or being drunk or high or something like that, because, that's the only way that that was done. So that's why they're saying, they've had too much wine. And that's why the retort was, bruh, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. No, they haven't. Something bigger is going on here than you realize. So that's just a thing. For me, at least. If I'm not going to sit there and wag my finger, I just look at things from a practical standpoint, because I think that if you can speak to your logical self as well as your spiritual self, you'll be a lot more solidified in what it is that you do. Like I never did. Like even in my Christianity, I never did just do things just to do things because it's wrong. Like, well, okay, well, why is it wrong? Like I need to know why it's wrong. I need to know why any of this stuff. Otherwise, I'm just kind of following an impulse to do right versus then an actual decision to do right. So that's one of the reasons why I never did smoke, just because I was too cheap, and I didn't want to be dependent on something, because I've seen dependence on exterior forces in terms of alcohol and things like that, and the effects that it had on people, and I did not like that. I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm completely out of that. Completely out of that, because just never seemed worth it to me in terms of the potential payoff that you could have with that kind of stuff. Anyway, I had the time of my life. Yeah, the only way my home. Sound good. Grass. That's not technically the grass, but whatever. We'll say ground. Ground. Move this into the ground. Jiminy Christmas. All right. La 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 la. I don't know why that song stuck in my head. Ain't nothing but the devil. All right. Upper Class Hood. We're going to say this is that's the full version of it. So we're going to go to Black Sim, and then we're going to go to Images, and we're going to go to Parallaxes, and then we're going to put that right there. I don't quite agree with your assessment of that verse, but I agree about sobriety. I smoke cigars. I'm trying to quit, but I have since picked up be a approach. Yes. And so it goes back to that verse about not all things are lawful, but not all things are profitable. I just don't see the profit in it. At all. So. Let's see. I need to take a look at, here we go. This is where we're at. We right here. Okay, so in order for this to show up, I need... I'll just watch now. Okay, that's fine. It's up to you, man. I love the conversation. I love the engagement, so it's all good. Okay. All right. So I need to get rid of all this because what needs to happen is that I need to see what the flippity floppity floop that I'm actually putting where. So if I do that, the object is going to be in front of what I need to view in order to make my what do you call that? Oh my gosh. In order to make my collision detection blocks, which are just empty blocks that have a that collide, basically is all that is. So all right, so I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. No, well, my beautiful artwork, it was not beautiful. Okay, all right, bam, and okay, we'll leave these right here for now. So then what we can do is we can take the parallax, go to upper class hood, Shazam, and there we go. Now then, it's going to be slightly off, actually a lot of it off. These weird itty bitty little doors. Pastor's house is huge. It's tremendously huge. I don't think he's going to build a wall though. A tremendous wall. Oh, planet Earth is the funniest place ever. It's not funny. Oh yeah, trust me, it is. It's hilarious. Let's see. Uh-oh. I might need to move all this stuff up a little bit. Because it's not matching up right now. This is... Sorry, my wife wrote me something. I don't know. I had to talk about that later. This is actually... Yeah, this is actually RPG Maker MV. So, I wanted like a quick thing, and I had the most experience with RPG Maker by far. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go ahead and use this again. I want to get away from it because it's just underpowered. But the cool thing about this one is that it is Java. So that means I can actually port it to something other than, you know, something that doesn't that has DirectX, which has been the problem in the past, which is a pretty big limitation if you think about it. So, but yeah, RPG Maker. I've been doing RPG Maker stuff for I don't know how many years now. But that was my first engine that I ever picked up and I ever mastered. And it has its limitations, obviously, but it also has its strengths too. So just the ease of use, because I'm more of an artist than I am a programmer. I'll completely confess that. Okay. So this guy right here. And we're going to put this over here, and we're going to put this dude over here, and yeah. I'm going to put this guy right here, that guy right there. And, yeah, I think that'll do for now. So then I need to take, oh, whoops, I accidentally, oh yeah, I saw that one I was looking. Yeah, it's super easy. It's super easy. Well, I wouldn't say that. It's not easy, but it gets you into the logic of game making quicker than anything else. So it'll get you into, you know, because everything, you know, this whole thing is based off of tiles and things like that, you know. So you can kind of map out a very simple or rudimentary kind of game in terms of design and everything, and mock yourself at one of those really quick. Like at this point in time, my big project release is more of almost like a mock-up of what the game will actually look like. So this can be even great for prototyping in some ways if you know what you're doing with it. But I'm just taking all these things right here and replacing it obviously with, you know, either hand-drawn or photoshopped art or whatever, and going about it that way. Let's see. Let's go to the shoe store and we'll grab. Yep, that's what I need. I'm gonna grab that. Uptown Funk. That's a good song. That's one of the few current songs that's available. That actually does not just irritate me and make me want to, you know, put an ice pick through my head. It's one of the very, very few songs I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, this is actually a good song. All right. Even though by considered by today's youths, by the youths of today, is probably considered, you know, a super whack, you know. Man, that's like 5 minutes old, bruh. Listen to this garbage. I'm like, ugh, don't do this to me. Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? It's because I'm black. All right, I'll fix you. Listen to some of this. Listen to some of this. I don't know. I don't even know what he was named anymore. I feel so old. I'm not mad at that though either. All right. We're gonna go ahead and this whole thing needs to be positioned better. I'm about to spend all the time like correcting everything rather than actually moving forward. Okay. Oh dear, I can't even move right now. Oh yeah, that's right. I did multiple things wrong. First of all, I did not get rid of this. Okay, and second of all, how old are you? Less than 26. No, I am actually, for this month, as you saw, I'm going to be 35 years old. Because black don't crack! Yay! But that's gonna be the age. It's like, but you look and act like you're 18. I need to stop the acting part. Act your age. What's your problem? Which is kind of subjective. I don't know. Okay. Let's just take a look at this. All right. Okay, I need to make this a little bit thin. Actually, I don't need to make it much thinner. Yeah, that's whack. Yeah. Yeah. Needs some more texture on here too, so I have to figure that out. Let's see, where it's actually at. Is it way up here? Yep, it's way down there. Oh yeah, that's right, I actually changed it. Alright. So this is another area that we did this last week. Looks pretty good, guys, doesn't it? So far, at least. Alright. Okay, that looks like a train wreck so far, so we're going to have to fix a lot of stuff going on with that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you being so kind. All right. Yeah, like you're 14. No. All right. Let's see. Let's get this party started. Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. There's some weirdness going on with the collision. This is one of my biggest banes of my existence in terms of getting that stuff right. It's a real hassle because sometimes you don't know whether or not you've made collision, because you're just taking white spaces and then filling them in, but you don't know whether or not that white spaces has a collision on it or not, and it's kind of it's a real bother. It's a super bother, but whatever. I'm still young and pretty. So yeah, I'll be all right. Okay, so I need to do a couple of things here. I need to begin to move. I'll turn my fan on. Hopefully it won't make too much noise for you guys. I keep it like 1,000 degrees in here because, you know, just derobe instead of paying exorbitant amounts of fees for your AC. Just kind of derobe or whatever. Anyway, ooh, yay! Well, that makes me happy. I like birthday surprises because I rarely get them. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to the ground, and we need to get rid of... I might just save this whole thing right here, except for the roofs. And because it's becoming cumbersome in terms of, you know, all the layers and things like that, I don't need to necessarily have all this combination of stuff kind of going around because it's becoming worrisome. Because now I've got to go back over and, yeah. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and we'll do two different things. I can save the rooftops as they are, so that's fine. Except for that part right there. I'm around 42 and up all the time. So you pay. No, I just went ahead. It's a cheap program. As a matter of fact, you can probably find it on a Humble Bundle for like sometimes for like $60 or actually no, not even $60 for the Humble Bundle, like maybe 30 or something like that, you know, for MV. I bought Michael Perigo a copy of that just because I'm that kind of classy broad. But I bought him a copy for like when it was on sale for like maybe like $20 or something like that, you know, maybe 20 or 30 or something like that when it was just first coming out. So, but in any case, even at full price, it's not expensive. It really isn't. It really isn't. But they might have a sale on it right now on Steam, so you just never know. But regular retail, I think it might be like 60 and up or something like that for regular retail, which is still not bad either. So I'm about to sink that much money into probably one of these Spriter programs or whatever, or these spine programs, because I would like to be able to animate in the same way, but just in a smarter way. Because if you watch the other streams, go back to the other streams, you'll see that this was all done like the Disney way, like straight hand drawn from scratch kind of animation. And it's cool, I like it, but it's just not conducive to time. It really isn't. As a matter of fact, it's terrible for time. You know? So I wanted to be smarter with that. That's all. I mean, I would love to make games like Cuphead all the time, but which looks amazing. Have you seen Cuphead? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But they said that they started actually Peter Benoit. He posted something on the Christian Game Developers artist group, and it talked about, I think, the post-mortem mode. It's not post-mortem because the game's not out yet, but it talked about the process and how they start out with pen and pad and use whatever. And I'm gonna look at that, but they use Photoshop or whatever it is to look at it to help them out with it or whatever. But like, I found that I was like, wow, they really did do it, you know, hand drawn like that. So there's a certain je ne sais quoi with it, but just not time conducive. These games take forever to make when I do it this way, like forever to make. Like, release is big. The big project release, the biggest problem that it's had has been getting the hand drawn art colored, you know, or getting all that stuff colored. You know, I have so many illustrations and everything, you know, and it's like there's another 400 plus to get all that stuff done. But good lord, like getting that stuff colored was just a nightmare with no team. So, you know, same for Game Maker Studio. Yes, Game Maker Studio is on sale a lot on Steam. So I would say that in terms of entry level stuff, that RPG Maker is probably one of the best entry level things you can do. I'll say that Game Maker is a step up from that, and then everything kind of flows from there really after Game Maker, because you can get very, very advanced with Game Maker. I think after that you can kind of start getting into things like Unity and and stuff like that. So we'll save that part, and then we'll save this bottom part right here, and just save it as a PNG, and go from there. We'll say this is PNG ground. Yes. See if I remember Dynamite Heady. Yes. Yeah. That's why I went group. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, there's a few other. I'm sure you guys already know. There's a few other groups, you know, the little mini groups and everything. And I have joined Neil's group, which has been awesome. So we did our first meeting. I think it was this Monday. So it's really, really cool stuff. Very, very helpful to kind of talk about the process of it, you know. And he gave us homework to figure out why a game called Scythe, about why that has worked so well. And there was something that Scythe did really, really well. It's a board game, actually. Hold on a second. That leaves the Game Maker guys. Oh yeah, dude. It's like, I've learned this. You have to start out with an idea to form a team around that idea. Like, if you already have a pre-existing game or whatever, I found this out with release. If you have a pre-existing game, you're almost forced to pay people, you know, for that work, because they have no motivation or energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a part in that. So you're just gonna have to kind of, you know, pay for that commission-wise to get that stuff done. But if you start a project together, then it's a different story. It really, really is. It's a very, very different story. So like, one of the projects that I'm kind of fooling around with right now is this absurd idea that I have with Clint Fleetwood, where he has a tactical, like a rock paper scissors kind of game. And so I was like, but he has no art direction with it. So I was like, dude, let's just make like rock paper scissors Armageddon Tactics. That's what he named it. And I was like, let's just make like the most melodramatic, stupid thing behind that, you know, and really go for it. But it was just a prototype that he has sitting around. And so, you know, because of that, we're kind of just we just formed a team and clicked right there at CDGC, you know, to make this thing happen, because it wouldn't require a whole lot of work for either one of us, and we just kind of thought that would be a cool and funny idea to do, which it is, because it's ridiculous. So I thought that, so I do know that making a team is going to be very, very much dependent on, you know, where it starts at. So if you don't start out with everyone all enthused and like, yay, you know, like it, I just doubt it'll happen. I really do. I spent 4 years trying to find a team and putting in ads on Craigslist and things like that, you know, but ultimately just not a bunch of motivation. Now, it could also be responsible for my project as well, just in general, because my project is so weird. I mean, it's a hip-hop 2D hand-animated abomination of a game, you know. It's just weird. This is a weird game, so that can have a lot to do with it right there. So, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's better. That's in better alignment. I can just edit this right here, and yeah, that'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Ground, yeah. All right. Can't be taking this long just to edit this thing. That's really disappointing. I'll work on it more after I hang up with you guys. Because usually what I do, Cody, I stay for an hour, and then from here, I'd go ahead and visit another church. Simply because I like visiting churches. That's just the thing that I like to do. So, like, if churches have a service, then I would like to join it simply because, hey, it's a time to worship. Why not? You know, I can think of worse ways to spend my time. So, that's just the thing about how I feel about that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take this right here, like that. Yeah. Good, good, good. Like, for example, if I wanted to just edit it, I would go back to this layer right here to get rid of all the layers and the outlines and everything else, you know, but now I can just go ahead and add an African American line to it. And I say African American because you want to make sure that you're being politically correct these days, alright? Because these nice people who want you to have freedom and things like that will assault you and shame you publicly. So you have to make sure, by force, that you're politically correct. So I'm going to add this African American line down here. Alright. Oh my goodness. And yeah, that'll look good. That'll look good. And then I'll probably take my pen tool and add some things around here. Now here was a problem that I was really kind of struggling with a little bit. Actually a lot of it. Was the grass. So check this out. I figured out a solution finally to the grass. So we're going to take, yeah, grass, there we go. We're going to take this tool brush. I'm sorry, Cody. I'm trolling people. Alright, let's see. Grass, alright. We're going to take how am I gonna do this? I guess I can make it a different. No, that's not gonna work. Oh boy. You're not even coming up anywhere. Bob Saget. Okay. Is it doing anything? Ugh. And you're not doing a doggone thing. Sometimes this program, because it is open source, most of the time open source does not lend itself well to stability. So I might need to close this out and start again or something. I don't know. Because that is not regular. Because it'd be one thing if like it did, I didn't see it, but it's not doing anything right now. So let's put like a quick mask on, but I didn't. Okay, it's doing that. Come on, Gimp, stop being racist. Get a black man a chance. Do you want to see that little meme where like the little kid's like, "That's racist"? Like I'll just see that every single time. It's like, yes, I love that little kid. I adopt it and raise it like a Pokemon. You may not like this layer though. Okay, what do you have to say if I did? No, it's not the layer. It's just the grass. All this other, those don't work. What is going on? Oh, never mind. That's why. Oh, I think I know why. Okay. I think I know why. I had angled this at the wrong position. Let me position this thing correctly. All right. Texture, splats. Here we go. Finally. Jiminy Christmas. All right. I really couldn't figure out why that was happening. Okay, now I'm going to try to find a way to where I can see this and then not see it. Here we go. All right, perfect. Perfecto. Looks like the grass isn't even cut, so maybe I should peel that back a little bit. It's nice to watch someone else struggle instead of I was. Oh my gosh. Everything's going on. There's not one thing that's not going on. It's like, I need an adult. I am an adult. I don't know if you watched Dragon Ball. What's it called? The really stupid one, Dragon Ball Abridged. Oh my gosh, love that show. It is redonkulous. Of course, again, I love Dragon Ball Z anyway. Self-professed total fanboy. I won't even front on that. Total fan boy. And culturally funny thing. Somebody said this, and I thought it was hilarious because it's true. She goes to one of my friends. She goes, all you gotta do is just say Dragon Ball Z and watch black people get hyped. And she's totally right. I was like, I never thought of it that way, but she's completely right. Now, we all get hyped about Dragon Ball. That's true. I don't know, though. There's something about black people, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really like Dragon Ball. Like, and it's so funny to me. It's hilarious to me. I think one of my friends was saying this. He was saying that what you need to do is actually, you know, the one place he's noticed that, you know, there's like total unity and harmony are anime conventions. So he's just like, we should just like, that just ends racism right there. Just take everyone to anime conventions, and then after that, they'll be fine. And I was like, you know what? He's completely right about that too. I was like, rock and roll. You've ended and solved racism. Everyone just needs to get into anime, and then you'll be fine. Oh gosh. Good old planet Earth. effing everything up. Actually, this might work even better than what I was doing before. Wow. Okay. It's a very, very fuzzy neighborhood. Okay. We're going to take... Here we go. We're going to take this right here. And then we're going to go to our effects right here. And then we're going to go to size. And then go to preview. Here we go. Just look at the preview. Just go ahead and zoom in on it. Alright? Okay then. Then we're going to go ahead and... No, that's too much. That's too much. Now see, that might be just about right. It might be just about right. Here we go. That looks great. Here we go. Mashed potatoes. Alright, we'll go there. Alright. And then we're going to take... Cody's like, I'm never doing this with you again. What are your problems? Okay. Now see how that looks? If you just take a look at this right here, it'll make it take a lot of sense. Then just take a look at it. Okay. Cody, are you taking a look at it? Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it right here. Okay, just take a look at that. Just take a look at this. Look at this, look at that. Alright. Just take a look at it. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Or should I say, here we fro. Ho! Alright. Actually, I think you add a lot like me. That's because we're rock stars, Cody. Duh. If there's ever a doubt, let me go ahead and just squash those doubts and speak life to you, bro. Rock stars. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. And we're rolling like Optimus Prime, man. We're rolling like Optimus Prime. So let's just transform and roll out. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, bro, rock stars. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your gamer. Hey. I hate that song, by the way. I'm like, oh gosh, didn't even do that. Does anyone ever hit the Windows button on purpose? Like, man, I need the Windows button real quick. Wow, that sure was helpful. Like, does anybody do that? I don't know. Cody probably be like, yeah, man, I do it all the time. What are you talking about? Don't test my gangster. Okay, cool. So then, we're going to go ahead and take this thing into the thing. This when I play games. Ah, there you go. Wait. So SSI. I don't know what SSI is. That's so tall. Again, me. Back in my day. Of course, then again, you're saying you're 40, so just never mind. All right. I smell like something. I think I smell like Teen Spirit. Ho! Walked right into that one. We'll go ahead and add the... Now, Cody, you've turned this stream into a stream of lies. How dare you? Okay, that's looking better. All right, we getting gangsta. Yeah. This is almost as pretty as I am. Almost. Shut that sound off. Glad I did that. This is where you're supposed to start, by the way, Cody. Okay, so then, because it is time to go. Cody, have you seen any Black Simulator? I'm bad with names. Something to change Jesus' name, but I'm not great with names. So I don't know if you played it at CDGC or you were at CDGC, because I need faces more than I need names. But if you haven't, I'll be happy to escort you through this foolishness. I mean, this wonderful game. He's got 75 golden camels. No? Okay, I will be happy to show you then. Herman Gary, you're going to serve me the Black Simulator. I'm going to simulate blackness and going to be blacker than the words prefer. Hurt dog. Alright. Oh my gosh. So dumb. Alright, let me go ahead and start in the proper place. Because the Lord will stop you in your proper place. Amen. Cody, you need to go to a black church at least one time in your life, so you can hear the pastor with the raspy voice, who just says things in this kind of tone, because he's getting wrapped up, so he can start beginning to deliver the end of the sermon. And when he starts going like this, then you know the sermon's about to end, because he's going to be making his final points about everything else that he said. So, when you bicycle, you gotta bicycle all the way to the end of the goal. You gotta cycle through life, because life is just a cycle. You gotta get that 2-day jig smoking. You gotta go ahead and do it one more time. I'm gonna stop. This may be mean to say. I don't mean to say it in a mean way, but TD Jakes kind of, in some pictures, looks like MODOK. Just type in MODOK on your Google search, and he kind of looks like MODOK. Just from the head down. Obviously from the head down, but he kind of looks like MODOK. And I find that hilarious, and I can't listen to him because of that. I was like, wow, my man is anointed and everything, and he just looks like MODOK. See, God takes the strange and foolish things of the world to confound the wise. Alright, let me play this for you real quick. You can hear me over the music just fine, hopefully. Okay, so then, what am I going to wear? Again, this is all the hand-drawn stuff, so if you try to leave, bruh, I ain't got no clothes. MJ, I'm gonna start with the man in the mirror. Alright. So, start them in the mirror. We're gonna go to the mirror. How shall I floss today? So this is funny, Cody. Michael Herrera is so white that he didn't know like half of the lingo I was putting into this game, which I'm not mad at. I'm not criticizing him for that, but I just thought it was funny. So I have to add. I'm more than likely going to have to add in the glossary of like some of this terminology. I'm gonna call it the. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but whatever I call it, it'll be humorous. And make a glossary for people who just don't know. So anyway, how shall I floss today? And shall I wear a hoodie? Shall I wear a t-shirt? Shall I wear a business casual? But remember, you're black. So if we're gonna go with the most logical thing to do, a hoodie, of course, duh. So you get your objectives right here: Granny's bread, Patrick Landy's book. You get some Air One sneakers. Hope they're not sold out. That's what I was supposed to say. All right. So that's me and my hoodie. See some subtle lighting effects as well, so that's kind of fun. So there's a book right here. I got the Patrick's book. Okay, so we're going to leave the crib, and there's some food right here. We can click on that and get grandmama's bread. All right, so I got the bread, got the book. I'm ready to head to the club. I mean, get to the car. All right, so then this is the neighborhood and everything. You have a duplex. I'll add some detail to the duplex later on. And we'll go ahead and go to the car here, and I'll fix the grass here as well because it looks kind of whack, kind of weird. Alright. Let's maybe go to grandmama's house. That'll be fun. Now, what kind of music do you listen to? Remember, you're black! So, the most obvious thing to do is listen to some grimy hip-hop. That's gonna be a placeholder also. Okay. Now then, you've also noticed this too. There's a popo meter and an ignit meter right here. So the popo meter fills all the way up, which it pretty much has. Then the police will more than likely come out at some point in time and arrest you or shoot you. And that's the whole thing, is just to get past, you know, your day of just running these errands without getting shot or arrested by the police. That's all. That's all that you gotta do. So then, we can go ahead and talk to, we'll talk to this random guy right here. Hey, man, can I get a ride? Black people always ask for rides. All right, man, I appreciate it. So there's some placeholders gonna have right here. I can pick up a friend, sure. Right? Bro, can I get more? Nah, I didn't. Okay, so I picked up my friend and he did some things. Now I have an error right here where the popo should be actually coming out right now, but they're not out right now, so I have to fix that later on. So maybe let's go to an area where I've attracted all this heat, and we'll go to this area. We'll go out to the Patrick Landy's house. That's a new area that, no, we can't go there because it's not ready yet. Actually, I need to do that anyway, so let's go over here. There we go. Yeah, it's still acting weird. But let's say that, you know, you're trying to leave and you couldn't, the cops are blocking the road, right? So then you walk up to the cops. Stop right there, sir. So you can do a couple of different things here in this situation. You can say, yes, sir. You can do nothing, or I didn't do nothing. So as a black man, the most logical thing I can think of to do in this situation is yell at the police and tell them I didn't do anything. He's gone crazy. Oh God. Okay, let's see. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I couldn't survive as the Negro that I needed to be in this game. All right. That is Black Simulator. That's Black Simulator. I'm calling you Cody Meister. This code. So I know, Cody. It's terrible, but not at the same time. So, please expound. I think you wanted to type something informative or cool to say. But that is the game right there. But you can have a very, very normal experience as well. It's kind of up to the player, really. But that is the time that I have for you guys. So real, though. Yeah, in a lot of ways. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a black simulator, but not a black sympathy simulator. Big difference between the two of them. Because I've had experiences where, well, you'll see in the game where sometimes you can be in the hood around, you know, whomever, you know, and actually I'll show you this as well. So this is important as well. Okay, here we go. So then, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll rock a t-shirt today. Oop, let's go ahead and get the book here. Alright. I don't have to get the book, I can. Alright. Woo! So here's the nuances of the game. I think this is a better demonstration. Let's go to... Let's get some classical music in there. And we all know why that is. Alright. So then, here's the toe locker, which is no affiliation to Foot Locker at all. It's a toe locker. It's completely different. Alright then. So here's your responses to people. Howdy, you beautiful man, you. Now you can say, an odd thing to say, but thank you. Or, is she down with the swirl? Is she down with the swirl? So, you don't know. You have no context as to why she's saying that. This is the real thing about Black Simulator, is that the context or lack thereof. You don't know why she's saying that. So maybe an odd thing to say, but thank you. Sure, you betcha. All right, have a good one. Okay. Now if you respond the other way, she's kind of like, I just think that everyone's beautiful. It's not because you're black. It's because I think everyone's beautiful. Let's go to this guy right here, for example. Howdy, looking for some shoes for my grandson. Can you help me out? Sure. Wait. It's okay. So you can say, what are you into, my... He says, what are you into, my boy? Now you can say, wait, who you calling boy? Or, the airs are the most popular right now. So let's just go say, airs are the most popular right now. Alright. Thanks, my nigga. Alright. Whoa. Chill with that. Or you can curse this old dude out. Again, choices. So you can say, you can be tolerant, you know, and give him some understanding. Whoa, chill with that. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you're supposed to say. You used to. Why do some people get to say it and others don't? You can just choose to walk away at this point in time, or you can work with the old dude to gain understanding. So we can do that. Do you have any siblings? Got a sister. You can call. She can call you things no one else can to your face, right? I think she can. It's kind of that way with any culture. It's a family thing. It doesn't make it right. It's just something that pops up in any culture that people outside the family or culture just should say or do. Shouldn't do that. I think it's reasonable. See, I come from the mountains, and you better be known. Well, who knows what will happen to you? Exactly. Looks like you understand. Good luck. Thanks, young man. All right. Now that might unlock an opportunity for you in the game as well. So we can talk to this white girl right here. How are you? Well, hi. You know, you speak so well. You can say, thanks, or, wait, what the heck am I supposed to sound? Let's just do that one. Well, I mean, I just meant like that as a compliment, you know, like, you know. So you can just drop it, or you can say, nah, son, I don't know what you mean. Okay. Oh my God, you people are so sensitive. You can curse the lady out and just walk away, or give us a snide remark. We'll give a snide remark. Yeah, we're pretty sensitive to idiots like you. Oh, whatever. So, you see my ignorant meter went up a little bit because I was engaging in her foolishness. So, it just went up a little bit. Here's a guy right here. What's up, man? Man, you're dressed so well. What do you expect me to dress like? Or, thanks. We'll go ahead and get on this ignorant streak and go, what do you expect me to dress like? Are you seriously trying to turn this into a race thing? I just thought you looked great in that suit and was wanting to give you an opportunity. But never mind, man. Whatever. So again, context. You just don't know why somebody's saying something. So, cashier, you haven't picked up anything up yet, bruh. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to pick this up. Yay! How are you doing today, sir? What's good, homie? Another day in paradise. Let me go ahead and see your ID so I can get started. Okay. Or wait, why do you need to see my ID? Wait, is that customary for all customers? That's standard for all customers. I never heard it before. Or, oh, all right. Yes, balance is key. Balance is key. Well, all right. Or I've never heard of this before. We can go with, well, I've never heard of this before. Well, you should have. I guess you don't shop here too often, otherwise you'd know. Okay, so that kind of got you a little bit more aggravated. So your heating meter went up right here. Fine, or I've been shopping here since I was a kid. We just keep on going. Bruh, then you know there's been an escalation in ID theft, right? Okay, I keep on going, or I can just say, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Or I can say, I look like I'm trying to steal something. Just leave it alone. Alrighty, you're good to go. Later, homie. Okay, so my agent meter has raised up significantly, and now I still have a few more errands to go with. We'll go to Pastor Andy's house, and we'll do some old school. All right. So I can go to Pastor Andy's house right here. Or I can talk to this guy right here on the street. Hey, and these are all placeholders for like the graphics below because it doesn't look anything like that person. Hey, are you here? Are you here to help with grass? Curse him out for the assumption, or no? No, I'm not. Oh, sorry. What are you here for? No offense, but that's none of your business. Or you're just here to give him back your mama's draws. That's all. Can't believe I put that in there. I forgot about that. No offense, but that's not your business. It's my neighborhood, and I've got a right to know what you're doing here. So I can tell him. I can say it. I said it's none of your business. Curse him out. I said it's none of your business. Got something to hide, huh? We're on to you. Whatever, man. Okay, now see how much my popo meter went up on that one? Okay. So we can talk to the pastor. So again, I have to replace all this stuff right here too, and obviously replace the pastor's graphic as well. How you been, my son? I'm good, and here you go. Okay, that's great. So what did you learn from the book? Books don't change anything. Books don't change anything. Books don't change anything. True, but they can change you to the person that becomes an agent of change if you receive the message. Isn't it amazing that we're living in such a country where we can make anything possible? I guess it is pretty swag. Or what country is that? We have systemic racial problem. Well, most people choose this one, so I'll just go with that one. Sure, but you don't have to let that stop you. I guess you're right, but oppression is all around us. Sure, but you don't have to let that stop you. Okay, you're getting kind of aggravated now. It's like, okay, I guess you're right, whatever. Okay, look, I gotta head out. I've got a lot on my mind. That's fine, son. I love you, and take care. I'll keep you lifted. Yeah. And burn those versions of Yachty for me. Fire. Right? Okay. Anyway, we can go ahead and leave. And once again, I had to rearrange everything, so it's gonna be kind of off. Let's see. Uh-oh. Once again, my popo meter, my ignorant meter is too high. There heard some shouting and everything, so stop right there. Say, yes, sir. Let's go. We're placing you under arrest. Yep. So, but that is Black Simulator. So hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully. Prayerfully. Oh. And I'll get started on, I'll finish the rest of that background up, and it'll be lit after that. Because it turned out pretty good. I thought the look of the grass turned out pretty good, so I can tell what it is now, so that makes me happy. Because I was trying to figure that out for a couple of streams, couldn't figure that one out, but now that I have, you know what then? We can work and be more than friends. I'm gonna stop. Let's see. I think it was showing me. What I sell it for? It's a very, very short game, so I want the entry level to be, you know, not high for that. So I haven't really decided. I don't want to say out on the stream about what I would like to sell it for, but I just have to figure some things out with that. But I know it won't be much, simply because it's a very, very brief game. So yeah. I'm definitely thinking more single digits than I am like just double digits. So, unless you want to give me I think you should price it at this. You know, you're welcome to give me, everybody else is welcome to give me ideas about, you know, how much to really price it for. So, because right now I really don't know, because I lowball everything that I do, so that's a problem, and I want to make sure that it's worth the value, give it enough value to where people aren't going to just kind of skip over it or whatever, you know, but not too much to where, you know, it becomes a higher barrier of entry for other people to experience this. Because I'm doing it as like a social thing, you know, and also I think it'd be funny too, and also just with everything going around, I'm just like, you know, let's kind of give some perspective on this whole thing, you know, because I think that perspective helps out anger. As a matter of fact, the Bible talks about that too, about how people who have understanding, you know, basically are a lot slower to anger. That's not even a out of text quote or whatever. That's just the way that it read. But I have noticed that for myself in my own life, that when I don't bring understanding to a situation that somebody might be in, if I don't bring my understanding to it, I have a tendency to get angry. But when I do have understanding about why this person said this, or why they act that way, or why whatever, then I am much, much, much slower to anger. I get it, because I don't put myself on a pedestal saying that, how could so-and-so do that? It's like, I'm under grace. I just better shut up and stay in the background and try to understand why they're doing that. Because a lot of people who act crazy or whatever, you know, is because something that happened in their past, you know, and it all starts from the family. It all starts at home. So you have no idea why they act that way. But it's not for no reason. So, but I think that if I bring some understanding to what it's like to be that way, to be black, then a lot of the backlash, a lot of things like that, you know, it might give some perspective, and it might kind of quell some anger, and, you know, just might bring some understanding. Because I'm not basing these incidences off of out of thin air or whatever. I've encountered these things in my personal life, so yeah. Did an amazing job already on this game. I really appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate that. Or dude or dudette, sorry. I don't know which one you are. But I really do appreciate that, and I think that this will have some legs and some power behind it. So I had to make sure that I do this just right, in a very, very prayerful way. I had to make sure I do this just right, because the backlash of doing it wrong could be just as bad as if it could be a negative, very, very negative response versus a very, very positive response. So, yes, gonna go to my small little church. I will speak with my small church as well. Yeah, buddy, those are the best kind. I love small churches. You get to actually know people there. It's fun. Anyway, guys, I will hit you up next week. The same bat time, same bat channel. Or should I say, same black time, same black channel? I'm gonna stop. All right, loves and hugs, and I will smoke with you all later. Ta-ta.